this 5-way elimination match started out as Damien 666, Halloween, Charlie Manson, X-Fly, and Supreme face off, and this is an extreme elimination match as X-Fly is just beating Halloween on the outside, and Charlie Manson with a somersault senton onto the coffin, that paper-thin coffin at ringside, and Halloween is just getting his face and head repeatedly slammed in the door of the coffin as he's trying to escape from it, and X-Fly working over Halloween on the outside, Charlie Manson, Damien 666, and Supreme inside the ring, and Charlie Manson, I guess this match is finally underway, GQ Money.
The match may have begun, but Halloween may be finished, as there you see him getting, out of that casket, but in a world of hurt. You also see him with a freshly shaved head, something that happened last night over in Tijuana when he lost the match, losing his hair.
X-Fly lost a match, lost his hair to Charlie Manson, and Charlie Manson...
Oh, yeah, Chico, look at X-Fly hitting Supreme with that crate of jalapenos, Chico.
That is a spicy Larry Rivera.
Ándale, pues.
And Supreme now, I guess, just taken out of this match very early on as Halloween is braining both Charlie Manson and X-Fly with, I can't even tell what that is. Could be a street sign, could just be a piece of sheet metal. And Damien 666 working over the face of X-Fly with, I believe it's some sort of knife or perhaps a railroad spike. He's just carving him up so viciously over in the corner of the ring. And it's important to point out that Damien 666 and Halloween, teammates and Perros Del Mal, partners in crime, and so even though this is an elimination match, I would be very surprised if these two men laid a hand on one another in this matchup.
It has to give them an advantage as they can take advantage of 2-on-1 situations using their tag team expertise to their advantage to double team their opponent.
And notice all the instruments of the violent crap, Chico. The barbed wire around the rope, the light bulbs on the board on the floor. It's only a matter of time before the complete mayhem erupts here in Mexico City.
Charlie Manson and Halloween in one corner, and now Halloween comes off the ropes, gets taken down by Charlie Manson, and X-Fly goes for a sunset flip on Damien 666. Oh, catapult! Caught him low, did X-Fly and Charlie Manson, and now catapult spear by Halloween and Charlie Manson. These two men were facing off with one another, but now they're cooperating. But there we see Halloween take Charlie Manson off his feet, and now, oh, look at this, a board just covered in light tubes being brought into the ring.
Bringing in the plunder, the tools of mayhem, if you will, the death match articles. They want to get going right now. They want to send them crashing through those fluorescent light bulbs.
And it's important to remember, this is an elimination match. This match will continue until there is one single man left standing as Damien puts on the brakes. Oh! Halloween and Charlie Manson just speared Damien through the table, or through that board covered in light tubes. And, I mean, that is shocking because Halloween and Damien are partners in Perros Del Mal.
Not only is the glass from these tubes dangerous, but the things shatter into such a fine material that it's very easy to inhale the glass into your lungs. Right? They're very dangerous, Chico, this type of match.
Damien, his hair and his clothing getting caught in the barbed wire that was wrapped.
And there you see the XPW King of the Deathmatch Supreme with that tire onto the head of Halloween. Supreme is still the King of the Deathmatch champion for XPW, despite XPW now being defunct. But over in Mexico, they go crazy for the death matches, and they love Supreme. So anyone who can eliminate Supreme, although the title not being on the line, would be a huge accomplishment for them tonight.
X-Fly, after the double dropkick, laid a light tube across the chest of Halloween and Charlie Manson. And now Mariposa off the top through the light tube on both men. Charlie Manson, you can see, is just covered in blood, and now Supreme into the ring, and he is in his element. He is brawling. He is defying the odds. And GQ Money, you know Supreme very well.
I know him very well. Had myself a little feud with the man who I set on fire years ago at the Grand Olympic Auditorium, but this is how tough he is. The man experienced second-degree burns on 84% of his body, and a month later, he was still back in the ring in another death match.
And you want to talk about toughness, Charlie Manson, the man who just came off the top rope and knocked Supreme off of his feet with that dropkick. He very nearly died in AAA a few months ago, or a few years ago, going through a table off the top of a ladder. And now now is back in the ring and taking X-Fly off his feet with that head scissors. X-Fly to the outside. Charlie Manson full head of steam. Tope Suicida, and X-Fly just destroyed the remnants of that coffin on the outside.
The speed and velocity of that torpedo-like dive was unfathomable by the imagination of X-Fly, who sent crashing not only on the ground, but onto that casket as well.
And Damien with a dive of his own on the outside.
I may want to remind some of the parents to protect the children from the satanic influence of the Damien 666 on Halloween. I know this is lucha libre, you got the children, but you have to protect them, Chico, because this is evil, Chico. The pentagram of death is in the ring.
Despite the satanic influences of Damien, he and Halloween are squaring off. I mean, these two men, they are teammates on Perros del Mal, but it just goes to show you how important this match is. These two men willing to come to blows in the center of the ring in this extreme elimination death match. And now Damien being thrown to the ropes. Irish whip in by Halloween. Boot to the face of Halloween. Halloween backs up. Oh, super kick catches Damien on the side of the head. Halloween full head of steam. Gets thrown up and over the top by Damien. Oh, they both went for the shoulder tackle. I believe they knocked heads. Halloween comes up and over the top. Power bomb into the light tubes on the outside.
The light bulb table of death, Chico, has made its appearance here in Mexico City. A tremendous power bomb from Damien 666.
On Halloween, and X-Fly back up to his feet, supreme in the ring. He seems to be the only man standing, though all 5 men still alive in this match. Technically speaking, nobody has been eliminated just yet, as Halloween pulling light tube debris out of his mouth. Supreme, oh, he's got that doggy bag full of thumbtacks. He was at the Shea Thumbtacks last night. He got the doggy bag and he brought some home with him. And now he spread the thumbtacks all over the ring as he and Charlie Manson squaring off in a DDT into the thumbtacks. Supreme was just asking for it. And he is smiling, Rivera.
Designer diamond encrusted thumbtacks in the forehead of Frankenstein Jr., a.k.a. Supreme.
The human horror film Supreme.
Supreme is an absolutely sick individual who craves the pain, who loves the blood. I mean, the trickle of blood down his face and into his mouth is something that gives him a little bit more drive and passion. This is what he lives for, Excalibur.
Big splash by Supreme, and Damien, he was just laying in all of those thumbtacks, and X-Fly on the outside, thrown through the remnants of those light tubes. Supreme and Damien squaring off. Oh, face buster by Damien and Supreme into all those thumbtacks. And look at Supreme, his head just covered in all those thumbtacks. This is disgusting.
You see the blood dripping out, the thumbtacks falling, and the action continues. There is just destruction all over the ring, in the ring, and crimson masks upon the face of all these wrestlers.
X-Fly, Supreme, Charlie Manson, Damien, and Halloween all busted open, bleeding profusely, but only one man is smiling, and that is Supreme. X-Fly now on the outside with the shopping cart. Charlie Manson pulling a table, or I guess a board, with barbed wire